Take one. All right, everybody. So we're live, and we're going to try this out. I don't even know if this is going to work. So I don't know if we're talking to ourselves or not. We are...
Yo, 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 to me and you.
All right, that's a positive actually. It's just gone up on my phone, so it is actually playing. I can see it on my screen, and I can see you saying yo, 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 yo. There you go. Actually, it's working. All right. So this is what we're going to do now. This is a new. This took me literally from about 3 o'clock this afternoon to work out how to do this. So I really hope it works. Because basically, this is my webcam talking to George on Google Plus, and then it's going to be us both looking at images on the internet. And when we're going to come back later on, and we're going to do the awards. Hopefully, if this works out, we're going to do that. Let us know if you're listening. Let us know if there's an echo, because we tried this before and there was a really bad echo with my mic. So hopefully that's working. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to do the 12 days of Sideshow. They do it for a year.
It's a special chat. It's a special chat. The 12 days of Sideshow chat.
I also like the way that my room looks like really grey and dull on my microphone, on my webcam, and yours is really bright. But I am sitting under lights.
That's it, man. I also like the fact that you're sitting in your front room and you just look like some random sort of sexually deprived guy, and I have all the collectibles, so I look like I should be here. You look like you're lost.
I am sexually deprived, so it's okay. So this isn't going to be a like a weekly update and anything like that, so we won't ramble on. Actually, we probably will, but we try not to go on too long about that. But as I say, Sideshow do this every year. They go along, they do their 12 days, and it's quite hit or miss on whether it's good or bad. We did kind of try and cover it on the last chat. I think there's about 5 days done, but we tried to sort of skim over it on purpose. So if you saw that, you would basically see that we kind of went like really quickly over them. I know there was a few people in the comments who asked us.
Apologies for being vague.
Well, it was vague. It was just kind of like I had an idea, so I said to George, when this is over, we'll try and get on. We can schedule a live chat, and I think it'll work out quite nicely. Anyway, we're rambling again. So what we're going to do is, again, I hope this works. So just got flick screens, so we'll go like that, and what then happens?
Yay! Merry Christmas, bitch.
Yay! We're on the Sideshow website, so that's up here, and what we do is this is the Sideshow, and this what it looks like on there. And basically, you've got your 12 coloured baubles. Every day this lights up with one of the baubles are active like an advent calendar type thing. And do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, man, I'm ready when you are, bro. Let's go. I'm loving the t-shirt thing, man.
What's that?
I'm loving that.
Oh yeah, well,
I'm loving the t-shirt thing because we've got some fine threads coming from. That we're using Redbubble at the moment to do. So I've got a couple of bits. Alex has got some bits, and all of our RaddTitan families out there have been getting some t-shirts as well.
Yeah. So I mean, what I'm trying to do is I'll put the link in the bottom. We were asked for probably about 2 years if we were going to sell t-shirts, and
took a while.
In all honesty, I really can't be bothered to buy 100 t-shirts and send them out. So we have to do it that way. That's the way we're going to do it, because I ain't got the time to do the things I want to do. So, and even myself and Gio, we had to buy the t-shirts from Redbubble, and I just spent 60 quid 2 days ago. So yeah. All right, so go into this. I'll put the link in the because what's going to happen is after this is up, this is going to go into YouTube, and it'll be a higher quality video because on Facebook you can only do it 720, so this will go on YouTube as 1080. Anyway.
Sweet.
Right. So this is the first one. So the first one is the new life-size Wolverine Bust. So there's that. I mean,
what are you thinking?
Sideshow have gone back into doing the busts. They just released the Deadpool bust, the new life-size Hulk bust, and they're also doing a few of the Call of the Dead pieces as well. I already have the original one of this, which to look at, I do really like it, but it does feel really, really light, which is the problem. So I really hope they do make it a bit heavier. I know that a lot of people say once it's on their shelf, they don't care. But the thing about that is, I'm a big believer in when you take something out of the box, that's like your first impression of it, and that really sticks for me.
Yeah.
So it needs to be a premium for me to kind of stick with it. I had this conversation with Reddit today, actually. But anyways, I mean, this a lot of people were saying they would have preferred like a Jim Lee looking Wolverine, and there's also been people saying that there's no lips, and then some people,
yeah, it looks like the Grinch, isn't it?
Yeah, some people are comparing it to the Grinch. So apparently my volume
not a bad start though. I mean, it's the only problem is again it's more Wolverine stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just had a thing from Nathan telling me to turn my mic up, so hopefully that's a bit better.
Yeah, it's louder now. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, louder now.
All right. So as I say, yeah, the Wolverine bust. Problem with these is they're now, I think the original prices of these were like $500 when these busts originally came out, and I think the prices of these go for like these are going to be like $1,000 you're looking at for these kind of busts. So
yeah, but when these were $500, weren't a premium format like $300, so they were always more expensive all the time, weren't they?
They were, but I mean, you know, it's still a lot of money to spend, isn't it? Actually, I say that I spent quite a lot of money on my Diver Bust.
Yeah, but they're quite large as well, man. I mean, even your one's sizey. I mean, they might be a little light, but they're quite striking when you walk into a room. You know, like people that have like I quite like the fact that when I walk into your room that you've got that Guyver bust. I mean, that Guyver bust from ECC is incredibly you know, it's very eye catching and grabs your attention. So I mean, busts are good. I mean, personally, yeah, I mean, it's not something I'd purchase, but you know, cool.
I'm not going to say I'd never purchase it because you know, it's Wolverine, and I'm quite weak for a bit of old Logan loving, so you know that may happen. It may happen. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't say no. So I actually was looking recently. I posted my Wolverine bust to sell, and someone showed some interest, and I don't think I'm going to sell that, to be honest with you. I think that's coming off the list.
Good. Remove it then. So, what's it about?
So, what's next? So, day number 2 was the
second day of Christmas.
Legendary scale Yoda. So, think about this.
So that's going to be almost like a 1/3 scale piece. Then actually probably taller than that, isn't it? Because he's quite little, isn't he?
I don't know how tall he is. He's like 3 foot or something, isn't he? Or smaller, I don't know.
Yeah, it might be smaller than that. Pretty small.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be, I don't know. I don't even know. As I say, half of whatever Yoda is. So it's going to be probably about 80 centimeters tall or something. No, no, actually, it can't be that. It's got to be about 50 centimeters tall. We have to. Actually, I was going to say ask Gary, but Gary always gets things wrong anyway, even with Star Wars. So.
I mean, at the end of it, he's quite little, so I don't see this being a huge piece. But you know, some of that legendary scale stuff is really nice. I mean, the Doom's really impressive. So, you know, hopefully, you know, they'll put the work into it. You know, all the effort.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a decent piece. I'm sure that the Star Wars fans are going to love that.
Well, I mean, really some of the other Star Wars pieces sell very well. I mean, the oh God, what's his name? Darth Maul. He sells very well.
They've also very well with Paul, does he? Didn't he he's like take a massive hit that Darth Maul.
He still sells for quite a bit though.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but he does still sell for a bit of money, you know. And what are the other ones? You just never ever see that Obi-Wan Kenobi for sale anymore. You never.
Yeah,
that's that selling. We saw it. We saw it in the window in Simply Toys, and
yeah, that's right.
Like
thing is, well, with these is they're open edition, isn't they? They're open edition sizes. They're not numbered. The legendary scale stuff, are they?
There's only one of them, wasn't there? That was numbered, but yeah, majority of them is limited edition. And with that, but what happens is Sideshow says then, I think they've said it on the forums that after a certain point they allegedly destroy the molds, so they can't remake them anyway at a later date.
Yeah,
Oh, apparently
I still personally, I'm a collector. I don't buy stuff that ain't got numbers on them. So
wow, apparently
you know,
the legendary scale Obi-Wan is only an edition size of 200. Wow.
yeah, but I mean, who knows these things? That's the point. Is this hearsay that you're telling me, or is this a factual thing? There's no. This is the problem, isn't it?
Well, I know that they did do
You don't
some.
know that.
They did. They put something on the forums about the wolf, didn't they? At one point, so there were
Yeah,
numbers up there, and then there was talking about how it did get damaged and whatever else. But anyway, with the Yoda, I think it looks. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, if that's what it's going to look like with all the kind of hair coming out, the mixed media and that, I mean, it could be a really
quite
really good
lucky though,
piece.
isn't it? Really, because you're thinking about Yoda, and you think to yourself, the film, is old. Film's old film now, and this is like a puppet, So getting that detail on there is not. It's not going to be as killer as doing something a little bit more detailed of today. So in a way, I think Star Wars fans are going to be really happy because I think Sideshow will nail this 9 times out of 10. I think they'll smash this easy.
Yeah, the Obi-Wan edition size is on the Sideshow website. Just yeah,
Is it?
so it's actually up there. But
So was
yeah,
was that a numbered piece then,
I don't
or
know.
is
But
that
it's
just
on
what
there.
they say they release?
No, just it's just on there as 200. But then again, I mean, how much do you think a half scale Yoda is going to cost?
Christ, I have no idea. I have to go through size and scale and stuff, but I know that this legendary scale stuff is not cheap. So, do you know? Do
No, no, no.
you know how much it is?
Just asking. I mean, I think the thing about it though is I don't agree totally with what you're saying about the detail and um, when Star Wars came out, the puppets and things like that, the practical sort of makeup and things of like the 80s, 70s, and 80s even. There's lots of detail on some of those, and I don't.
Yeah, but it's not to today's standard, though. So, the skills improve. They'll be able to hit that Yoda. They'll be able to get that looking just like it did from back then. I don't think they'll have too much of a problem with it at all. You know what I mean? I really don't.
Well, they could fuck it up quite easily. So yeah, I think it's still a lot of work for, especially once, yeah, Sideshow can replicate it. Sideshow can make it look exactly like it did back then. Like Sideshow can make improvements and tweaks, but as soon as they send it to the factory, can the factory replicate it? That's the question. So,
Hopefully, they'll send it to somewhere good.
well, yeah, hopefully. All right. So Yoda, I'd still say it was probably going to be about £1,000 minimum, £1,200 minimum.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're talking about maybe $1,400, $1,500.
Yeah. Right. Then, oh yeah, this has got a good one. This one is the
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
this one is the Rebel Terminator Premium format, and this one's quite interesting actually because it's like it's their own take, and yeah, it looks
Good though, man. It's lateral thinking. I like lateral thinking. This is exactly what this piece is. This is the sort of thing you want. You want this with your battle damaged or your T800 or your T1000 or whatever pieces that you've got, or even with your bust. You know what I mean? Like you've got.
yeah.
It's just this will be nice. This will be a nice add to the genre, which I think a lot of people should be. I mean, Chris Harris got to be buzzing about this, isn't he?
I haven't spoken to him actually, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he loves that kind of thing. He's huge Terminator fan, so yeah, I think he'll be right up his street. But again, I mean, I want to see more of it, but I am very interested to see what it looks
You
like.
found a little hack on this, didn't you? Didn't you find a hack on this?
Well, it wasn't really a hack. It
This
was
little reveal.
basically when I looked at this on my cell phone, it was just a shadowy silhouette. And when we did the last chat and I put it onto my computer, one of my monitors is calibrated a bit weird for when I do editing. I have different colours on them, and I could actually see a lot more of the detail. I've adjusted my monitor back and I can't actually see it all now, but there was previously when I did
Did you
last
say
week.
it looks like it's a female?
It is a female, and you can see like a belt, like a gun belt across. You could see like the lips as well, and yeah, I mean, if you kind of turn your
Cool.
if you turn your brightness or your contrast up and just fuck around with it, you can see a lot more of the detail. But again, it was just that my screens, I have them totally different for when I'm editing, just because I literally watch something on my TV, my 2 monitors, and then I watch it on my phone to see what the colours look like. So yeah, so that's how I kind of saw it.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah,
It's
again,
a good one. This one, I like it.
Yeah,
this one.
Again, I mean, yeah, this is just something that kind of came out of nowhere, was total surprise, and you know, that's the kind of thing you really want. You know, you really want that. You really want to be surprised. You want to be kind of like wowed, you know, by these reveals. Next one. So what day was that? Was that free?
Yeah, free. Yeah.
All right. So number 4. This is quite an interesting one as well, actually. So I mean, people are saying it's another Captain America. And
this ain't just any Captain America, man. This is a Daniel Bell Captain America. That's the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Daniel Bell. Bell. I think you can safely say probably slayed 2017. I mean, some of the stuff that he put out this year is the best stuff out, and I think Sideshow really did well grabbing hold of him and getting exclusivity on him, because he's a great talent. And I think this Captain America could be very, very special indeed. So, I think he's very good. Like we always say, he's very good at sculpting sort of lean, muscular men, almost athletically built men. You know what I mean? He gets that look really, really well, like he did with Iron Fist, like he did with Black Panther. Captain America is another one from that sort of mold.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that steroid juiced up fucking OGPF look. I just think he looks stiff, and I think he looks squatty and almost midget like. So I think this is going to be a more elegant, long, more svelte, and better conditioned sort of cap. So I'm excited for this one. I'm not personally going to go after it because I've got a cap I'm happy with, but I think for those people that are after a Captain America, this is a great win for them.
Definitely. No, definitely. I totally agree. I mean, Daniel Bell, over 2017, he just had kind of hit after hit, and you could see why Sideshow kind of picked him up and made him exclusive to Sideshow. You can see exactly why. The guy's very, very talented. I mean, every sort of XM piece you look at of this year, and you say that's a really good piece, great body sculpt, great muscles, stuff like that. Who did that? Daniel Bell, literally every time. And he did the Weapon X, which is like one of my most anticipated pieces that's coming out. So, really looking forward to
he smashed that and all. That's another one he smashed. That's for next year, but that'll be up there again for the contenders in the award show. That'll be another piece that will be there. You have no doubt about that. So exciting times.
Yeah. So let's.
In another Captain America, there are people that will be saying, you know what, it's another one. You know what I mean? How many do you want to do? And where's the the next sort? The guys that are around them things. Where's the Winter Soldier? Where's the Flash? Where's the Riddler? Where's these? But you understand what I'm saying? A-listers seem to be continually churned out every single year just to stand at Sideshow, and there is an argument for that. There definitely is an argument. People have a complete, their say is not, without merit, to be honest. Times you can argue it and say, well, they get new artists on board and it's their take. So it's understand what I mean? So it's 6 or one, half a dozen of the other. For someone like me, who I have the one I want, this doesn't matter. But for somebody else who probably doesn't want to keep seeing these pieces come out all the time, then maybe it's different.
Well, you get some people who just have a whole collection of one character. So, there are different collectors, and I mean, I'm really excited to kind of see what this looks like. I mean, I was really, really surprised in the 12 Days of Sideshow that there wasn't a couple of characters, because I've been hearing about a few other characters. Apparently, there's a new premium format 4 coming out, and that weren't shown. Apparently, there's been like a Juggernaut been talked about for a long time. But sorry, we'll go into this in the kind of we'll go into this in the kind of conclusion part anyway. But
what do you think about the position of that shield? You think he's going to be blocking too much of the sculpt there? Or do you think that shield may not be in that position and it's just put there so it's Captain America?
That's a good point. I mean, it could be that it's just there for photographic reasons. aesthetic reasons. But then again, I mean, if you're that bothered by the shield covering up a lot of things, I'm sure they'll do a switch out. But also, I'm sure you could just angle his body around anyway.
Yeah, so, but then it's hard because if you angle that body, if that's where that shield position is, and you angle the body, you ain't gonna see the shield.
Yeah.
You want to see the body, you ain't seeing the shield, not from that position.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. It's tough, man. It's tough.
It's hard. It's hard. I mean, especially as you say, it could be.
Personally, Daniel Bell, I don't want to see the fucking shield. If Daniel Bell sculpted that body, I want to see. I want to look at that. I want to look at the sculpt, and not, that's my personal opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Daniel.
Even with the Black Panther, the tails on the X in Black Panther that Bell sculpted, because it's crouched. I mean, if you have that figure in your hand and you see what he did to that, it's like 24 karat gold sculpt on that. It's one of the best sculpt pieces I own. You look at that piece and it's a gem. But then you put it on its display, you put the head on and stuff, and because it's so crouched over, you do lose a lot of it. You do lose part of it. So, there is that. So that's an argument.
Well, I mean, with that kind of argument as well, a lot of people said that about Gladiator Hulk, and I loved that shield. I thought that shield looked amazing. So,
I saw it again actually at Tony's when I picked up my Silver Surfer, man, and that's still amazing. That Gladiator Hulk is still just as amazing as I remember it being.
Yeah, he offered it to me as well for a trade, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, let's go on to day number 5. So, I have to click them to remember what they are. So basically, this is the Thundercats, and this is really, really interesting. This kind of came out of nowhere.
Bring the pitch up, man. What can I see it? There you go. There you go. That's it.
So it's been a bit of a tease. I'm like, here you go. You can see his horn. Look at his horn. So basically, I mean, this one kind of came out of nowhere for me. It was a big surprise. I mean, I had a big conversation with a few of the guys from Sideshow when I went to New York, and they said that they had no intention of kind of like dragging out, or not dragging out, but making any more pieces for the He-Man line. It was going to be, only a couple of pieces, and that was it. It was like a project from, I think it was about 3-4 years ago, they said, and it just kind of come up, and they said it was really, really popular, that they then decided they would work with Tweeterheads to do the Orko, and they're going to do a few more pieces apparently. But I'm assuming that this Thundercat line is going to be in line with that He-Man sort of scale-wise. That's what I'm assuming.
I hope so, man, because they were great.
I heard I heard a rumor again. I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that this is Martin Canal, but I don't know. Do not quote me on that. But yeah, Martin Canal, super talented.
It looks fantastic. That could be.
Oh, by the way, Bane's digital. By the way, sorry. Just while I remember.
Thank you for
So scroll down, and then also you got the silhouette tease of Lino. The other reason why this kind of really surprised me was Pop Culture Shock took a crack at this at court scale, and the Lino is fantastic. The Mumra is nice, but he has an issue with shipping, and they didn't box the head very well, so you'd very, very rarely get a head that's not got the side pieces broken off. Then Connecticut's took a stab at it at 1/5 scale with the big huge diorama, which again didn't really take off, and so the Thundercat line is a little bit cursed. So I'm hoping that Sideshow pick it up and do quite good, do quite well. In fairness,
though, man, I don't want to sound rude, but there's other companies, and then there's Sideshow. Sideshow are going to take this on. If anyone can make a success of it, they can. Yeah. They have the market. So if they do it, I mean, that Skeletor and He-Man really took off. I mean, they did some cracking job with them too, and I think this is the perfect piece for the people that are waiting for maybe a Beast Man, or or a Man at Arms. If you're waiting for those characters, this is probably the next best thing, because they're sort of like if anybody is as sad as I am and remembers the film that they brought out, do you remember where they're like cousins, aren't they? She-Ra and He-Man, I think, are cousins.
Yeah.
and their universes are like it's the equivalent to like the way they did Batman versus Superman, where they're like right next to each other. They're like right next. They're like next door neighbors almost. You know what I mean? So the way that it's done, I think this will slot in lovely. If their scale is 1.5, 1/5 scale.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether they'll do it. Do you know sometimes when they do like the Transformers, and they'll make them the scale that matches quarter scale or whatever scale. Yeah. I think they may do that with this, where they'll do the scale to match the He-Man, because Thundercats are massive. Yes. Thundercats are huge.
Yeah, but He-Man is He-Man. Them guys, they're the same size, dude. If you watch, like I told you, if you watch the animated film, they're the same size. They're not like they look like wait a minute, they're not like giants or nothing like that.
But they're meant to be. I think they're meant to be like 7 foot
they're
tall.
Not.
What is it? What are you is there
Jesus, well, if that,
what are you talking about? Is there a He-Man? Is there a He-Man? Is there a He-Man and Thundercat movie? What are you talking about? What are you talking about then? No, there was a comic.
You know what I mean? When you watch the movie and the film, they're like massive, dude. I think the He-Man guys are quite big as well. I don't know if they're 7 foot though. That's fucking pushing it a little bit.
No,
but I mean, if they are that sort of size, I still think I agree with you though. I think they'll make them so that they're in scale.
Yeah.
So that you can put them together.
Because if you did a 1/5 Thundercat, if like Lino, he's going to be like a quarter scale, because he's big, he's massive, and Mumra is even bigger. So, yeah. Anyway,
but let me just get this right though. I'm right in remembering that even a Skeletor, even though it's 1/5 scale, that the statue's quite big, isn't it? Not?
Not like it's not like it's kind of in between, really. It's not like small, but it's not big. It's a good size.
Yeah. I remember I saw the He-Man in person. I was surprised at the size of it. I thought for 1/5, I thought it was quite large.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Ready?
Yeah, go.
So, oh shit. Back to Thundercats again.
Yeah.
Dagnammit. Oh. All right. So the next one was probably one of my least favourite, actually. This is the Black Widow premium format. This is like a modern Black Widow. And
I think I'm not happy with this. I think that's like you said before. I think that that portrait is a hijack.
Yeah, it looks like Captain Marvel.
I think that's been stolen, or that's been taken, or that's just been tweaked slightly. I'm not too happy with that. I think that's a bit of a piss take, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So not too pleased with that. And again, it's the same thing as the last premium format. It's the right arm up, gun in the air. It lacks really any creativity. This just bores me to death, to be honest.
Well, David actually says what I was thinking as well. It looks like the Baroness, basically, from G.I. Joe.
It does actually, yeah. It does look like that a little bit. You're right, spot on. I just think to myself, I mean, you're going to redo it. If you're going to do this character, XM did it, where it's like they've got the guns up and with loads of other switches out and stuff like that to try and shake it up a little bit. But you know what I mean? Is this all that this fucking chick does? Does she just stand there with her sort of hand on her hip with a you know what I mean, a gun sort of up in the air? Is that sort of the level of it? Because we're not thinking nothing else.
Yeah. I'm not.
If you're going to do another, if you're going to look, you did the first Black Widow, then you did a white variant, which is enough of a piss take as it is. Then you want to do this one, you come up with the same pose again.
Well,
there's nothing you could.
The face on the other one's really nice.
But on the original, yeah, or the other two, it's beautiful.
And the white one, yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, they're both fantastic, very very nice. But you know what I mean? I think if you're going to do another Black Widow, man, let's rip up the script a bit and make it maybe a little bit more dynamic. Doing something else.
Get away from that museum look.
Yeah, just try something. She's quite a dynamic character, isn't she? She's always jumping about, flipping around, doing all this shit. Jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Don't hijack the same pose from all the other ones, and then steal the face for the Captain Marvel and go, yeah, we've got another piece to release. I mean, that's not needed, isn't it?
That's what it looks like to me, anyway. When I saw it, I just saw Captain Marvel. Someone said, "Oh, what does she look like?" I said, "Captain Marvel," and they're like, "Yeah, exactly like Captain Marvel."
It's like the spit, man. Like the spit. I'm telling you. Different air, that's it.
Then number 7. Oh, this was a good day. Oh yeah. This one, they announced the 2 Spider-Man. So they announced the Legendary Scale Spider-Man, and they announced the Miles Morales premium
Morales.
So basically this, yeah, this one.
It's Morales, isn't it?
Sorry, yeah, Morales, yeah.
Yeah, Miles Morales.
And they also released.
Cool.
I don't know whether it was here.
Little video.
Oh, they got video.
Yeah, little video, man.
Can you hear it? I don't even know if you can hear through my TV.
No, I can't hear nothing, but I've seen it before. They show how they're like building it from scratch. It's quite cool, actually.
Yeah, so I mean,
I remember.
but it looks super
impressive. Pictures, and when I thought about the scale, but it's mad. It's big, man. It's a big old unit. This.
Yeah, I like it. I do like the look of it. I mean, I don't want to start getting legendary scales. Come on, man.
Just get the Miles Morales. Get the Miles Morales premium format.
Well,
that looks great. That looks really. I'm loving the way that's done. It looks very similar to Comiket sort of pose. Angle that it's at. I'm liking that, man. That's a nice, and that's a very different looking suit. You know, the black and the red and all that. That's really nice.
All I can hear was a video.
Huh? You didn't know there was a video?
All I could hear was the video. I couldn't even hear you.
Yeah, that's probably good for you. Probably enjoyed that.
I did. I enjoyed that, definitely. It's like bliss. But no, I like the pose, and I think that could be a really nice piece. I mean, problem I have is obviously going to be displaying it, but it doesn't look. I mean, it's going to be quite deep, but it doesn't look very high. So you know, that should be all right.
What are you talking about now? Are you talking about the legendary one?
Yeah.
Don't be silly. You ain't getting that. What do you want a half-scale Spider-Man for? Have a break, will you? For Christ's sake. You've already got 20 pieces up for sale on your list at the moment. The last thing you need is another scale added to that list.
Well, you know, I mean, could happen. Could be nice to get another Spider-Man. Why not? Right, let me see.
Just get a Miles Morales one, man. That's the answer. Go on, what's next?
Right. So the video.
Stop eating chocolate and fucking do your job.
No, the video stopped playing, so I'm just going to get back up. Right.
Jesus Christ, a lack of professionalism. I mean, Jesus.
I agree with the fact that I need the sugar after doing all this. But I agree, though, that the pose does look very similar to the Comiket pose.
Yeah, it does from there. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna. You can't see the rest of it, but I like it, man. I like the suit a lot. I think that suits the shit.
Yeah. See how that comes out. Actually, let me. Okay, no.
Also, nice when you've got so many Spider villains in your collection. You know what I mean? You put a different type of Spider-Man in there.
Well, I mean, the 2099's just shipped, so yeah.
Sweet. So I'm going to be down next week reviewing that. I'm looking forward to that.
Maybe. We'll see if it gets to me in time. Then you got the Nightmare Joker. Again, when I saw the Nightmare Batman, I was quite surprised, actually. I really liked the look of it. For me, it was the Orko actually really surprised me, which is really funny. It's funny because the two pieces that surprised me were 1/5 scale out of most of them, and the Batman really
becoming a very popular line. It's becoming a very popular scale. There's some great stuff coming out in 1/5.
Yeah,
some real nice stuff.
Well, as I say, the Batman, the head on it was great. The detailing, it had like all the rats on the base and all the bats everywhere. There was just like quite a lot going on for me, and I think that if the Joker follows along that line and that kind of style, I think it'll be a winner as well. I really do.
My boy Eb State will be loving this, man.
Yeah,
he'll be loving this.
So yeah, no, really looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
Comes with a few heads. This as well, innit? I think that had a video or something. I can't remember. I've seen some.
They had a
other
couple of
pictures
like
some other heads.
they had sketches, didn't they, or something? They had like these
Yeah, look good.
concepts which came
I
up.
like this. I don't know what it's about, but I like the sort of fresh take on things.
Well,
like
it's
this.
it's their own
nice.
it's their own line, so yeah, it's their own take on it. So looking forward to that. What are we on now? Number 9. So this one is Marvel Heroes. So this one we got the Daredevil premium format and an Elektra premium format. So you know, I honestly can't get too excited about Daredevil because I'm not really a big fan of him. I mean, I like the TV show, but I mean, there's a few Deadpools out. Sorry, Daredevils out already. For me, it's, I don't know. I'm not that excited about it, but I guess they haven't really done a proper. There's not really a decent Daredevil out yet, is there?
I think the best Daredevil that I've seen is the 1/5 Comiquette. It's the best one.
What's that? The one on
Where
the
he's
grave?
up on the gravestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up on the gravestone. You get the exclusive head where he's got like sort of like red hair.
Yeah.
You get the unmasked head, and I mean that's a beautiful piece. That's for me the best one. I think is it Hard Heroes did a really decent one, and there's a few customs that I've seen that are quite nice. But I really ain't. XM's was okay. I owned it.
There are a few things. There are a few things about the XM one that bothered me. Some of the some of the anatomy bothered me, but there's the Hard Heroes. I think is where he's doing a handstand, and then
one arm.
And then there's the
there's one where he's jumping as well, and there's another custom where he's got blood on his hands, and you've got the he's got like blood on his fists. You can switch them to the buttons, and then he's got the normal head, and then he's got the TV show head, with a bandana and that.
Oh yeah,
that's like a museum pose, but that looks the shit, and all that looks great.
That's Hungry Hulk's. That's his making.
Yeah, that looks good. That
looks really nice.
I mean, their last premium format version of this was shit, in my opinion. I mean, you thought it was okay, but I thought it was the most salmon-looking piece of crap I've ever seen. I think it was shit, absolutely a terrible piece. So I didn't like the pose, I didn't like the base. I thought it was all really muddled and not very well executed. So I think, to be honest with you, if they, they could do a much better job. I don't think the Elektra premium format's been done. I know a Comiquette was done, but I don't think a PF was done.
There's a Comiquette with, I think it's got like 3 versions or something, hasn't it? It's got a white one, a black one, and a red one. No, I might be wrong.
No idea.
I think that's definitely a white one. But I mean, I didn't hate the one where he's like diving forward. I didn't hate it. I think it's not terrible, but anyway,
yeah,
we're not going to agree on it, are we? But with the Elektra, I do like. I think there's a Daredevil where he's like over a grave or something, and she's standing over him. I think it's like Diamond Select or something. They used to do like the story statues that were really good. It was like the death of Elektra, so that was quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point about saying about the Daredevil as well is that certainly their premium format outing is that they could better it and buy a long way. So it's not exactly the worst piece to try and take on. I mean, that's a good idea to fix that, because that you don't want that being the last Daredevil you made.
Well, also there's been a big surge of interest due to the TV show, so they're just capitalising on that.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
right.
Smart business.
You got DC Heroes. So on this one, you got a new Wonder Woman premium format, which actually the face looks quite nice.
That looks stunning. That Wonder Woman, that looks really, really nice. I've been looking at that. That is beautiful looking piece. So I was super impressed. Maybe the best sort of looking Wonder Woman I've seen. Really, really, really impressive.
That's nice.
And I quite like the fact it's a little bit more action. It's a little bit more fight pose. I kind of like that. So I'm excited for this.
Wonder Woman, a bit more feminine too.
No, she's just a bit gorgeous, almost like Linda Carter, sort of. Just striking gorgeous woman.
Well, Linda Carter.
For me, Linda Carter is a sexy woman, man.
Yeah. No, I mean
she's a sexy Wonder Woman. There's no doubt about that.
Really nice, really nice. But yeah, again. Not just like a boring stationary museum pose. Quite looking forward again to seeing what they do with that. I know there were a lot of people.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly my point.
I saw a really funny post where someone who kind of he doesn't work for Prime One, but he kind of represents them. He's one of their mods, and he made a comment about on this day. Yeah. He said, "I look at Sideshow not showing any originality, making another Wonder Woman, another Batman, another Superman." And it's like, don't like
Prime One saying that?
Someone like represents Prime One.
Really?
When you basically Prime One basically have released like 15 Batman in 1 year or whatever it's been. So yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. Got to keep that shit quiet, man. You know what I mean? Glass houses and throwing stones and all that shit. You got to be careful there.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So
you're not only living in a glass house, man. You're living in a sugar glass house, bitch. You're fucking. A little bit of sand's gonna knock that bitch down. They're absolutely murdering that fucking Arkham and the Batman stuff.
Right.
So
then you've got the Superman, which I think this body sculpt is really nice on this.
That's spelling it. It is, isn't it?
It could be. Could be.
I don't know. I think it could be.
Yeah.
I love it though. I love the fact it's got. I think that's Martian Manhunter. Is it? Is that? Oh, no, it's Brainiac. Sorry, that's Brainiac.
I think it's Brainiac. Yeah, I said to someone it's Brainiac, and they weren't 100% sure, but that's where I think it is as well.
Yeah, I think it's Brainiac. I really like that, man. I got to say it. I really do. I like the fact it's a really proper body sculpt on there. It's going to be a sculpted piece by the look of it. Maybe the cape may be different. I'm not sure, but I think it looks great.
Mm.
And I've got to go back and say about the Wonder Woman that I think that is what I'm talking about with the Black Widow. That's what they needed to do.
Yeah.
That is a new face, a less masculine look, but a more physically beautiful but strong woman in an action pose. That is exactly what I'm talking about. If they did the same thing with the Black Widow, then there'd be no discussion.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Is that material on his arm?
I know. From this distance, it's tough to tell.
It's hard to tell.
I've seen the pictures. I've looked over there, but there's no way there's material over that sculpt, man.
No, not over the body. But you see where the delts is. I think that. Well, I don't know why they would do that though, but
it doesn't make much sense. I think that's just really good sculpting, really good detailing. But I love it. I think it's great. I love the face as well.
Yeah, snap. Yeah, no, I like it.
It's nice.
I really think that's
good.
Very
impressive.
And then the Batman, which again you don't really see a lot of the Batman.
Well, he's in the dark any lot of the time.
Yeah, it's in the dark, and he's probably having a bad day, So
the shadows. I had a lot of people talking about the suit, and then one guy put on the comments on RaddTitan thing. He was like, they were like, "What Batman do you think this is? Can't tell by that belt." And then someone put, "That's George Clooney Batman," and everyone was like, "No, please."
There's no nipples. There's not George Clooney. There's no nipples. George Clooney has nipples.
Wicked. I was laughing my tits off. Only you would remember that. I literally
there's a big online thing about the nipples and about Joel Silver But I mean, can't really say much about the Batman because you can't really see a lot of there. But why not? I mean, Prime One are releasing 20 Batman.
Anything to go by. If the other two are anything to go by, you're in for a win.
I'm most excited.
The standard is the same as the Superman and the Wonder Woman. You're laughing.
I'm most excited about the Superman out of the three. Really am. So I'll see what that looks like.
I mean, personally, yeah, but I actually think that Wonder Woman fans, I think they've really got something special there. I think that could be really, really nice. That piece, because it's nice.
Nice, just
strong,
nice.
Sexy.
Yeah,
really nice.
Alrighty. Okay, so let's go back here. Do you remember what number that was? Was that 10?
I think that was 10, yeah.
Right, so number 11 is DC Villains.
Yeah.
So basically what happened was Sideshow then released an interesting day of, some of the villains. So they're going to do a new premium format Joker. And I don't know, I've not seen a comic with the gun, with that gun. Maybe there is actually a comic with that on there, so maybe some people will be able to know what
what the gun
what it refers to. But I personally don't know. So
I mean, I had a lot of people saying, the old comic classic Joker can't be, can't be beaten and stuff. You should just leave it alone. But I have to say, and I own the classic, and I love the piece. But there is an element of stiffness and awkwardness, a little bit of stiffness in the pose of that piece.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go as far to say as it's perfect. It's executed exceptionally well. It's the best Joker that I've seen, certainly comic book Joker by a million miles. But I still think it can be beaten. I still think they could, it's not, there's certain pieces I look at and I'm just like, don't even bother trying.
Yeah, yeah.
I look at Lobo and, I just think, just don't try. I don't care who's making it. Just don't bother. Because that Lobo, just don't waste your time. It's like this. It's the same with maybe like Better Ray Bill, for example, is another one. Just don't waste your fucking time, because you ain't going to get a better one than that.
Vulture.
No way.
Yeah.
But the Joker, it's not one of them pieces I think that for. Maybe they could do it. Maybe they could better it, dude. Maybe they'll have a hard job beating the head sculpts on it. I tell you that.
Well, it's got to be better than the Arkham one. So yeah.
Oh, fuck me, a terrible piece. Started. Jesus. People compare them to. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, probably.
At first, I thought, "Fuck me, this." I thought, Jesus, this must be nice.
Was it James?
For them to be saying that?
Was it James?
I don't know who was saying it, but they were. You know what I mean? And I thought, oh, it must be something. And then when I saw it, I nearly had a stroke.
Yeah. All right. So then, if we scroll down a bit more, then you got new Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Again, a nice piece, but definitely something that could be bettered.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, the Harley Quinn's a really nice piece, but again, you got to remember they're coming up to 5 years old. Those pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that could, I quite like that piece though. I got a sneaky eye out for that. Maybe one day I might pick that up. That or the. Well, yeah, I mean,
I know you like Poison Ivy, but
yeah, she's next. I was going to talk about that, but I think I definitely want something to go next to Bane that's up on the cabinet there. So I think, to be honest, with the weight, it's going to be. I think I'm going to get a couple of females in here because it's a bit of a sausage fest in my room at the moment, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Brothos Festival.
With Red Sonja boxed up and ready to go, man, I've lost a little bit of femininity and some beauty in this room. So I'm definitely thinking I need a couple of females. So I'll be eagerly watching these two and see what they turn out like. But yeah, I like the original Harley. Certainly the X I like a lot. Poison Ivy is another one of them pieces, again, in my heart. I'm just like, don't even fucking bother. Because it's the Green with Envy variant. The first one was good, but the Green with Envy ones, I love that as well.
There's a few. There are a few questions. There's a few questions coming through, but we'll try and go through them at the end if we can. Just try and get this done, and then we'll do like a little kind of not conclusion, but like a little end recap, and then what we think. So we'll do that. So we'll see what the Poison Ivy's like. Out of the three, though, I mean, the Poison Ivy they did before was really nice. So it'll be interesting to see whether they top it.
Yeah.
And then we're on the last day. Sideshow. What Sideshow done here was they kind of got people's hopes up. They got you excited, and people trying to make a pattern out of the days and what was coming up. So what would happen is you get the Marvel heroes, the DC heroes, the DC villains, and everyone was like, Marvel villains. Oh yeah, come on. And we got another Boba Fett. So, this is from like a day, 12 days of statues, which actually was really good because in the past, they have actually done some days where it's been like a poster or some days where it's been codes or something. Didn't they do that before?
Yeah, this is one of the best 12 days I remember.
It has been, it has been fully loaded, but it was a bit of an anticlimax. I think they probably should have saved the best till last. So they should have saved one of them till the end and had it where people are like, wow, But I think they peaked early maybe. So this is the
Yeah, you need to get that mythos. You need to get that mythos shit out of there as well. You need to stop all that
Well, I know
mythos
again.
shit. That
Again,
fifth line is the mythos line.
yeah. Well, again, from speaking to them when I was in New York, they're really excited about this line. I then said, "I'm sorry, I can't get excited about it because I don't collect 1/6 scale. So no matter how good it is, I'm never going to buy it." And I was met with quite blank looks and looks of disgust when I said it. So yeah, I guess I'm not really one of.
Why are they calling it the mythos line when the mythos line was done and has been stopped?
Well,
It's like, you know, they thought about it later and it was so popular that they're trading on the name.
I think the mythos is.
That's how it seems.
I think the mythos is. It's just like the story. It's where the story is.
No, you can say that about any type of thing. You can say Thundercats mythos, which is basically like that whole universe that involves. I understand that, you know, I am fairly eloquent and educated. I understand what the word means. But what I'm saying is that you made a brand. You started releasing pieces, and this was the scale 1/5. And then mythos pieces are probably the best Star Wars pieces that are out, that have been made. And then what's happened is you stopped it for some stupid, you know, ridiculous reason, whatever it may be. You stopped it, and then you started bringing them out in quarter scale, which is fine, premium format, that's fine. But then you've sort of, now you're backtracking, and now you're somewhere in between the two. Now you're going 1/6 scale, which isn't even the right scale.
Yeah.
You're remaking the character. You're not remaking them in the same quality. You can't tell me. I saw that Obi-Wan 1/6 thing. It doesn't look anywhere near the same level.
Nice.
Take that shit name off there. Don't start trying to confuse people, because the bottom line is the standard's not the same. Not close. So just call it a Star Wars 1/6 line and leave that fucking shit alone.
Well, as I say, I think it's to do with the point.
You feel me?
The point in the story is between the movies and things.
I don't think that. I think it's to do with the fact that the Star Wars mythos pieces are really, really popular, and it gets new people and people who don't know slightly confused, thinking, "Oh yeah, well they're carrying on. I'll buy that," and then you'll end up with, you know, a oddly scaled piece in your collection.
All right, well, let's go back here anyway. There we go.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, what was I going to say? So a few people are asking, like, what would you like to have seen during the 12 days?
Marvel villains: Omega Red, Mr. Sinister, Apocalypse again, because they fucked that up. So you know, probably a few X-Men villains. I would like to see, personally, from my own personal collection. I would like to see some X-Men villains.
Did someone say they're redoing Gambit? No.
I did hear that they were going to be making another Gambit. Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking my personal. Definitely, I would definitely, if it was me and my personal choice, I would definitely say Omega Red, Mr. Sinister, them two 100%. I need them, you know. And then I would probably go into Silver Surfer, galactic type villains, people that you can put with like Black Bolt and Surfer and Gladiator and other good characters like that. So I'd say characters like Tyrant, Morg, you know, even what's the other geezer? What's the other geezer?
Tarax.
That they made, Bowen made. Tarax.
Yeah.
You know, people like that. You know,
you mean just have
nasty galactic.
Don't just have a run of heralds, basically.
Ronan.
Yeah.
Ronan's one of them I'd love to see. Morg, Tarax, you know, them type of characters. That's all I'd like to see.
I don't think Morg would ever get made. The problem is Morg is too. I think he dies quite quickly. I don't think he gets taken out well quick.
It don't matter. He's just such a bad ass looking character. You know, he's like, you know, can you imagine that in your collection with that brown skin, like brown shaded skin, all moly type skin, long like, sort of Hulk Hogan white hair.
Yeah, it's almost like a
fucking unbelievable
kind
metal.
Of skin, yeah.
All metal, sort of like, you know, he's got metal and whatever it is, all like silver on that brown. The contrast in the character would just be unbelievable, like the colours. And then you got Tyrant, who's like green and purple and silver, all them wires everywhere. Yeah, you know, people like that. They're who I'd want, because that would give me.
What about Maestro?
Problem. As in the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be, again, give me another headache.
Yeah. I know that's
These
what
are characters. If they come up, I'm gonna buy them. It's really is that simple. XM release a Mega Red and Mr. Sinister, I'll buy them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's already happened in my mind. It's already done.
Yeah, get your wallet ready.
Exactly, get savings. Not fucking buying Gambits and buying Silver Surfers and buying fucking Thanoses that cost the world as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. My 2099's just shipped. My Thanos is not far off.
Did you? Oh, good. You didn't cancel your Thanos then because you were thinking about it. I thought.
Well, do you know, I'm thinking to do. I can't remember which piece I did it with, but I did it with another piece where I delayed it till yours came out. That's what I think I'm going to do now.
I remember now. What the fuck was that again? Oh,
I don't know what it was.
Was it Wolverine?
No, because I think my Wolverine came before yours.
It might have done actually. What was that?
I can't remember, but there was a piece. There was a piece where I delayed. I literally said to them, "Oh yeah, can I hold back a month? Let me hold back a month. I've got some financial difficulty." And then I went to your house. We did the unboxing, and I'm like, on live chat, like, "Hold on a minute, George. Just pay that." Yeah. But Lobo was the one where I didn't have it on order. I didn't have Lobo on order. And then when we reviewed it, I got literally, we opened the box and I'm like, yeah, let's pause this for a second. I got to go bathroom.
Smart business.
Yeah. So, so people are saying that, what about you, Alex? What do I want? Yeah, George didn't fucking ask me, did he? What would I want?
Well, fuck what you want.
The thing,
is, no team sport, man. Boxing, this ain't football.
When we kind of started, I really wanted a few anime characters, and they're being made now, and I'm waiting for them to be delivered. So the Guyver 3, the Devilman. They're probably the characters I want the most. Yeah. I do like the Pop Culture Shock RoboCop, but I would like a better one. I'd like a quarter scale Ed 209, which I know that Jerry said he was going to do that if RoboCop did well, but I don't think RoboCop did very well. Yeah. I think it did all right, and then some distribution company went out of business and they got like 150 orders back or something. So I'd like a quarter scale Ed 209, which would be massive, but I'd like that.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think Pop Culture Shock would be the company to do it. I always said when we had the issues with sort of Pop Culture Shock and the way that things were being run, I always said if they do, the only piece that was going to bring me back during that kind of the way it was being run would be in Ed 209. That's something I would definitely like. The Chronicles one is really nice, but it's 1/6 and it's quite expensive.
1/6, isn't it? Yeah.
But it's expensive as well. It's like £1,200. So
shit, really? Wow.
Yeah. So what would I like? I would like a doppelganger from SpiderMan. I'd love that.
Yeah, man. Now you're talking.
I really would like a doppelganger.
Now you're talking.
Doppelganger's a pretty cool character. Again, though, he's very not very well known.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I like that character. Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, he's a bit useless. He's a bit thick. He's thick as shit. Also, a man spider. I'd love a man spider as well, which is where Peter Parker gets the virus and he gets transformed into a big sort of tarantula. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember the cover where the spider, like the tarantula's breaking out of his costume and he's all hairy and got like fangs.
Well, there was a card series, a Spider-Man card series, and you get 12 or 9 of them, and they kind of go together. And it had Man Spider, it had Spider-Man with 6 arms, it had Spider Hulk, Spider Lizard. It had all of them, but the only ones from there would be probably the Man Spider, but the old version, not the new one. I don't like the newer one, but yeah, I think there was a custom being made to the newer one.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are asking questions about other stuff. This isn't a normal weekly chat, man. We can't deviate. So Yeah, I've got a war paint Conan coming, so yeah, we'll be reviewing that. So yeah,
answer the people, man. Answer the people. What else is going on?
Well, there's quite a lot of
People
questions,
care.
but the problem is this.
People
Problem is with this setup. Oh, you can pick up the new diorama. If you could get a diorama, what would it be?
Oh, that's a question. Oh, that's a question. Hey, puppy. Dio. A Dio with characters I don't already own. That's tough. Let me think. Maybe. Maybe. Trying to think. It's hard because I've got character. I would have said like a Silver Surfer or something, but I've just got one. I can't do him now. Okay, I'd probably go with a Maestro, yeah, versus like Gladiator, Shire. You know, like the him. That'd be a good Dio.
Yeah. Well, there was like Gladiator fights.
You?
Sorry, not Gladiator. Maestro fights 2099. That's the villain for Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, but I would pick like something a little bit more on his level.
Yeah, probably that's fair to say. I mean, he is a vampire or whatever, but yeah.
Go on, give me yours.
God, diorama. I mean, it's hard. It's tough, really, when you think about it.
That's what I mean. It's not so easy, man.
I mean, it's boring. It's really boring to say, I want a Spider-Man versus Venom, or I would like a three-way like Spider-Man Venom Carnage. That'd be pretty cool.
Maximum Carnage style, yeah. Comic style.
So something like that, maybe. Chat. But anyway, we'll cut it there. And what we're going to do then is we're going to go away for a comfort break, and we'll come back. We're actually, I don't know, what are you saying, George? Are you okay for time?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
All right, what we're going to do then, guys, is we're going to go away. We're going to go. I'm going to just need to update some of these screens and things. I think I've got to do something with some code thing, like update a key or whatever. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the awards. So we're going to do the best of 2017, and we're going to try and attempt to do it live. So that'd be quite interesting. So George and I had probably quite a few weeks of trying to get our results together and try and agree. It was quite painful at times, but then the best part about it was I'm the one organising all the pictures, so if I don't agree with George, I'm not putting his pictures in. Alright, so we're going to come back in a minute, guys, so take care, thanks for watching, and I don't know where this is going to go or how this posts, where it goes anyway, because it's the first time we've done the live. But if you're watching this on YouTube, if you can comment below, or even on Facebook, I don't know whether I can see the comments after, because YouTube you normally can't. Comment and let us know what you think of this format, whether it works or whether you just prefer the old one, which is a lot simpler. So let us know, guys. All right, take care.
Peace.
Bye bye.